Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour.
Is that the recapper?
Yes, it's me, the recapper.
Tell us what happened on yesterday's episode.
Well, yesterday's episode, we
I knew it. This guy's not the real recapper. We didn't even have an episode yesterday.
Oh, dang it. I've been found out. Let's see if I can salvage this. Look over there. Put running sound effects in here. What the hell was that guy doing here? Oh, hey, Wizzy, how you doing?
I'm doing worse now that the recapper was actually a fraud.
What? Who was the recapper? I've never heard that name in my life.
Well, that's a story for another day.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Ross Pitch Shargunner. Welcome to Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour. Today, we're gonna be reading Rainbow Dash's Unforgettable Luncheon by Eileen Says Hi. Hi, by the way.
Hi, Eileen.
And hello to you too, Wizzy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, but I hope you're doing better.
I am doing so much better than you, actually. I got a needle in my arm today.
What?
Yeah.
They gave you the jab.
They're like doing stuff with my blood.
Oh.
Yeah, typical blood work and all that.
Hope it's nothing serious.
No, it's nothing serious. It's just a common thing that happens once a year, you know. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah,
Also had to pee in a cup.
What? They drug tested you?
No.
They should be drug testing me.
As far as
I'm the
I
one
know.
doing.
Alright, we gotta test you for some drugs. See if your body would react positively to any of them. Because we're gonna give you so many of them.
Yay!
I love drugs.
Thanks, drugs. This podcast should not be watched by school children.
Nope. You know how many times I curse an episode?
Ooh.
Like at least once an episode, and that sucks, man. Kids, don't watch this without parental supervision, of course. Listen to this. Don't listen to this without parental supervision.
Yeah, make sure you supervise your parents when they're watching this.
Yeah.
That's the only way you guys get to watch it.
So I've been re-listening to a lot of episodes. Quite a few times, the episodes, like, we start reading the fanfics, like, 2 minutes into the episode. And so many times I say, oh, man, this intro has been going on for so long. It has been 4 minutes since we started this episode. And this is one of our shorter intros in a while.
I really like this intro. This intro really felt like it packed a lot.
Yeah.
But they don't even know what this podcast does yet.
Oh, yeah. So what we do in this podcast is that we read My Little Pony fanfictions. And we are thinking about getting into other fanfictions, but, well.
Specifically, Danny Phantom.
I was gonna say Danny Phantom.
Why is that like such a big fanfiction fandom?
Is it?
Like, I don't know. I feel like it is because you always see like that seems to be what the DeviantArt kids are drawn art of.
You know what? That would make sense, honestly.
I see more fan art for that than I do a lot of shows, so it's kind of weird how it has that fandom.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, not much else to say, but. Wizzy, how is your day doing? Maybe there's some wacky stories to go with Wizzy's day before we get started, because I gave you my wacky story of the day.
All right, let's see.
Oh, how's the trouble with the CIA going, by the way? I keep forgetting to ask you.
Listen, the agent said I can't speak on the case much longer, but it's going downhill. It's going downhill fast.
Dude, I was really rooting for you.
I thought I was going to do it. I thought I was going to make it.
Of course, I always root for the underdog, though, so.
Man, the people who didn't watch the last episode are going to be really confused on what we're talking about.
They're gonna be so confused. You should all go listen to the last episode, guys.
We're so good at scamming.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's get down to reading this silly little story called Rainbow Dash's Unforgettable Luncheon by Eileen Says Hi.
Delightfully devilish, Dashy.
It's chapter 1. You gotta say chapter 1. This is the first chapter.
You're right. My bad.
Because this is a multi-chapter fan fiction, for those of you who don't know. Well, now I guess you know, so you don't have to say it. Jeez, who knew it'd take this long to make a roast?
For Rainbow Dash, speedster extraordinaire, connoisseur of pre-packaged and quick-service foods, and a girl of limited attention span, having to stand by for hours to monitor her food's progress was her own personal hell.
Hell. That is so where Rainbow Dash would go, by the way.
Okay, just because she's gay doesn't mean she'll go to hell.
Whoa, Rainbow Dash is gay? That's awesome.
Yeah, you didn't know that, but I did. It's the first time that I want to wait for that to happen on the podcast. I know something about My Little Pony that you don't. That'll be fun.
That would be a wild day. If that happens, we call the fanfiction Wizzy and Ross's fanfiction power hour.
And I work real hard just to find out Tabitha... what was her name? Tabitha...
Saint Germain.
Tabitha St. Germain. I find out her maiden name. That's going to be it.
Good luck with that.
And she'd spent nearly as long preparing the ridiculous thing that morning, given that she didn't really know what she was doing, and, well, wielding a cutting knife at super speed was highly inadvisable for anyone who valued their fingers. She somberly checked the timer again. 108 minutes.
Seriously, come on.
She could feel her stomach rumbling and the frustration intensified.
I really wish I had done more of a Seymour voice.
You could change it. That's the second line. Even if you just want to reread the lines and edit it around that.
Or maybe that's how she imagines that she sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's just the voice in her head.
Yeah, she imagines she sounds that way, but really it's just Seymour.
I imagine myself sounding more like a woman. So, ugh.
Of all the weird kinds of magic that she kept finding herself either having to embrace or fend off, would it be too much to ask for a little more of the utilitarian variety? You know, the kind where she could just snap her fingers and have a perfectly good meal sitting there waiting for her. And maybe get to watch Trixie's head explode at the sight of it? This was agony. She'd done pretty much...
Oh my god!
What, the head exploding part?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
It's only an expression. She means see her head explode into confetti. So, like, it looks pretty. I mean, it's still the same effects, but it's confetti, so it's okay. This was agony. She'd done pretty much anything she could think of to keep her mind settled. A few top-speed laps around the neighborhood, some phone games, speed reading all the magazines on her mother's coffee table, but nothing could settle the utter boredom. The running had brought the most relief, but having recently gotten another stern lecture from her friends about not overusing her gem, she knew just how to settle in and wait.
Why am I doing this again?
She pushed the question aside as it occurred to her that Applejack should be here about any minute now. She peered inside the oven.
The recipe online said 2 to 2.5 hours. How am I supposed to know which makes more sense for this?
She groaned when she remembered the beef was at the higher end of the recommended weight and would probably need the longer time setting. Suddenly, she heard a truck door shut just outside.
She's here.
Rainbow froze.
Oh no, she's here, and there's still 40 minutes to go.
She'd meant to get it in the oven earlier, but everything had just been progressing so slowly during the preparation process that she'd needed frequent breaks just to keep her mind stimulated. What was she gonna do? She didn't feel up to trying to keep a 40-minute conversation going, but she couldn't just keep Applejack waiting while she sat here and monitored. Oh, the hubris! Desperate, she notched the heat up on the oven.
I love how ADHD dashes here.
Yeah, she really is the, I don't know who's, like, more ADHD, her or Pinkie Pie.
Twilight, you could also make an argument for being pretty ADHD.
Really? Twilight?
I would say so.
but studying always came so easy to her.
It's cooked most of the way after all. This is just for the finishing touch. I'll have this ready in a jiffy.
Rainbow zipped over to the door just in time to catch Applejack with her finger on the doorbell. Howdy.
Applejack, you came.
Oh my god. That does sound kind of like Seymour. Like, you got his tone perfect.
Hell yeah.
Well, of course I came. What did you think I was gonna do? She peeked inside. Your folks' new place looks pretty sweet.
I guess would ya is probably a pretty difficult thing to say for non-Southern folk.
I'm trying to do, like, the most, I guess, northern accent that I don't know, I guess not country accent, you know? The farthest from that I could do.
I respect it. Thanks, yeah, it's been a really nice move so far.
Though I ain't really sure how you were expecting me to get here with the mess of directions you gave me.
What's wrong with my directions?
Look, I know you run around this town so much you have every landmark memorized, but don't you think it might make more sense to give me, you know, a street address instead of make a U-turn at the donut shop with the big guy, or go left at the headless statue of the town founder?
We're supposed to go right at the headless statue of the town founder.
I do have a phone with GPS, you know. You were just lucky Fluttershy was able to give me your actual address.
Rainbow Dash doesn't believe in GPS.
Is that true?
That's just a fact.
Why not? It works.
She believes in the old methods.
Oh, so she's like returned to the good old days type.
She's very old school.
She just doesn't like that a machine replaced her.
You called people? Applejack, this was supposed to be just our thing.
I didn't tell him what it was for.
Well, good, because you're in for a real treat.
Rainbow Dash zipped over to the table and, in a mock elegant fashion that would have infuriated Rarity, pulled out a chair.
I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon.
She said the thing!
She said the thing! Woo!
Applejack rolled her eyes a bit as she strode over to her seat. Laying a bottle of cider in the tub of ice Rainbow had laid out, though calling the contents of the tub ice was rather generous at this point. So, what have you got planned for this here luncheon?
Just a sec, just a sec. It's almost ready.
She darted back into the kitchen, instinctively closing the door behind her, leaving Applejack perplexed and calmly waiting. It took Rainbow Dash just moments to realize something was terribly wrong. She started coughing and opened the door, then looked at the oven. Smoke! There was smoke belching out of it. She shut it off, but it was too late. She looked inside and saw the roast go up in flames.
No!
She yelped.
No, 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 no.
Morning, afternoon, wasted. Just like that, it was gone. All gone. Her big chance to prove herself incinerated. What could she do? What would she tell Applejack? How could she go in there and face her and admit?
No.
She peered out the open window as the heaviest of the smoke cleared. There was a whole line of fast food restaurants a little ways up the road. Just a quick dash. Dash, I get it.
I don't know if you can hear me laughing so much at that because the little green thing wasn't circled.
It like cut off when you started
getting
getting louder. So I just heard it go, ha! She hadn't told Applejack what she was making after all. She could salvage the meal yet. She smirked a little and muttered,
Delightfully devilish, Dashy.
Oh, it's even more alliterative than the original.
I can still pull this off. I'm Rainbow Dash, captain of all the Canterlot High School sports teams. I'm Rainbow Dash, champion runner. I'm Rainbow Dash, fighter of monsters. I'm Rainbow Dash, wielder of a magic gem that chose to bestow its power upon me. I'm Rainbow Dash, and I'm a true friend, even if I'm not strictly being an honest one right now, but it's necessary. and I'm not going to let Applejack down. You see, Rainbow Dash is not the element of honesty, but of loyalty. That's a fact.
True. She had just started to put one leg over the windowsill, while simultaneously making a mental note to never use the phrase delightfully devilish within earshot of sunset, when the door suddenly opened. What in tarnation is going on here?
And that's the end of chapter 1.
Delightfully devilish Dashy. But then we get to move on to chapter 2, Rainbow. I don't know if that's rainbow or rainbow.
It's rainbow. And it's supposed to be like
part.
Rainbow.
Oh.
No, it's like
then they should have put something like a tilde or multiple O's.
I agree. This is poorly written and I hate you, Eileen.
Thank you. First mistake and I'm already canceling them.
We hope you go throw yourself off a cliff.
And I hope that cliff falls into a pit of piranha sharks.
And I hope those piranhas have guns on them.
Taped to them. Of course, none of them would have been in water, so, they're just kind of flopping on the ground, but that's where you're landing.
Well, you don't want to shoot anybody inside the water. The guns wouldn't work.
True. Need a torpedo gun.
I hope that this is one of those fan fictions where I really hope that the author of them doesn't listen to this.
I really hope
But then they do listen to this and they're like, these guys are funny. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
Oh, my God. Imagine them getting a response to this like, I'm going to be contacting my lawyer. That threat was a bit too menacing.
Yeah, no, I hope that all happens to you only in Minecraft.
No, that sounds more serious. That's going to get us the channel taken down now.
Oh,
it's
no.
It's going to get us put on the list.
Oops, might be...
this starts with rainbow.
Applejack. Wait, hold on. There is an author's note.
Oh, did I miss an author's note?
Yeah, there's an author's note here.
Oh, it didn't include it in the reader view.
Oh, it's not included in the reader view? Oh, what a surprise.
All right, I'll read out the author's note. Wait, no, this is a song. You know it.
Dashy with her crazy explanations. Poor Applejack is gonna need some medication. When she hears Rainbow's lame exaggerations, there'll be trouble in town tonight.
Wait, was this the freaking Steamed Hams song?
Certainly inspired. I don't think it's like note for note accurate, but
yeah, but
I like that. That's clever.
I thought that was going to be a song from My Little Pony at first when I saw it, but
no. Not every song in fan fictions are songs from My Little Pony.
In fact, might most not be. Most of them are probably 13-year-olds who were putting in their favorite playlist songs at the moment.
Yeah, stuff usually from like MCR or something.
3 Days Grace, baby. I remember that being in a lot of fan stuff back in the day.
Oh, hell yeah. Linkin Park.
Linkin Park.
Anyways, that's a clever way to incorporate that song.
True.
Applejack, what a pleasant surprise. What brings you to the kitchen at this hour?
Rainbow Dash said with a huge fake grin stretched across her face. I was under the impression there was food being prepared in here. I'm not sure about that, though, since you seem to be doing one of your isometric exercises or something.
What?
She suddenly remembered her left leg was still stretched across the windowsill.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know what they say. You ought to follow your ABCs. Always be, stretching.
Her face fell a bit as she brought her leg back down to the ground. Your ABCs, huh?
I had a bad kindergarten teacher, okay?
I knew it. Cheerilee sucks.
Whoa, Cheerilee's a librarian in this universe.
Oh, that's right. This isn't the main universe. And I was picturing a pony Dash stretching her leg across the window. My bad.
I can see it.
We were in kindergarten together. Also, is that smoke coming out of the oven right now? Rainbow Dash felt like a deer in headlights. Her eyes slowly panned over to the oven, which, indeed, was still billowing out black clouds. Turns out, just turning off the oven hadn't actually stopped the fire that had begun inside it. Whoops.
Ugh, Rainbow Dash, you're like the fastest person alive. What is wrong with you?
Nope. No. It's just, steam from the steamed clams I've been making. Mm-mm.
Rainbow said as she licked her lips and rubbed her stomach exaggeratedly.
Yum.
Applejack's eyes rolled so far back into her head, one might have thought her possessed. Dash, I'll admit, I've never made steamed clams before, but I am 100% sure that's not how you make steamed clams. And I definitely know the difference between steam and smoke.
Hey, who's the chef here? You or me? Now just get back to the table and wait a minute.
Applejack groaned. If you insist, chef. She turned around and shut the door inelegantly. Immediately, Rainbow Dash grabbed a nearby saucepan, filled it up, opened the oven, and dumped the water on the flaming roast. It was a bit concerning that the smoke detector hadn't gone off at all.
Oh no!
But for the moment, it was fairly serendipitous. The oven still seemed functional, in spite of everything.
Not like Mom and Dad ever even use this thing anyway.
Ooh, no wonder she can't cook. She turned her attention back to the windowsill.
All right, now let's get some lunch.
Rainbow dove out the window and flashed down the street in an instant. Within moments, she was faced with a whole line of potential suitors. Flickies, Original Famous Rays, the Singin' Sirloin, the Flying Dutchman, Izzy's Deli, Fleta Pita,
Izzy.
Much Ado About Muffins. What?
Oh, it's just Izzy character.
Oh. Wizzy's Deli?
Wizzy's Deli. Wizzy, I've got a proposal.
Oh. Most were either gross or out of her price range. Making a quick call, she zipped around the street, having a near-miss encounter with a large Acne Grease and Shovel truck in the process, to Big T Burgers and Fries. Cheap, convenient, passable as something she could make. She made it up to the front of the line.
Now, wait a
before it
minute.
occurred
Hold
to
on
her.
1 second. Did they mean Acne Grease and Shovel Truck or Acme Grease and Shovel Truck?
That's what I was thinking, but the grease part also made it sound like it may be acne.
I don't know. Is Acne Grease a thing? Let's see.
I don't know, grease causes acne, so...
Control C, Control V. Oh, Acne Grease and Shovel. Oh, it's a Simpsons reference. I'm stupid.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a thing from The Simpsons. Look at that.
Huh.
That's something I didn't know.
We actually got a reference that we didn't know in this.
Good job. I mean, maybe we've gotten several. I don't know.
True. We just didn't notice.
The first appearance was in Lard of the Dance,
Oh, there's multiple appearances?
I guess.
Huh. She made it up to the front of the line before it occurred to her she'd left her wallet at home. She blasted out the door and zipped back inside in a matter of seconds, leaving the patrons behind her with a sudden headache and need to pop their ears.
Acne Grease and Shovel Truck, by the way, that does sound... That's just funny.
Oh yeah. Applejack had just about fallen asleep when Rainbow finally came through the door proudly carrying a shiny tray of... Wait, what?
All right, Applejack. Get ready for some mouth-watering hamburgers.
What exactly happened to the steamed clams?
What? Oh, no. You misheard. I said steamed hams.
Steamed hams.
Yeah, it's my new word for hamburgers. Pretty neat, right?
And the fries.
Steamed yams.
They're sweet potato fries. It took a deep reservoir of willpower for Applejack to not dramatically facepalm right in front of Rainbow Dash. Where in the heck did you get the name steamed hams from? Is this from some weird regional dialect or something?
You're one to talk.
Those aren't ham. Those certainly ain't yams. And nothing on this plate is even remotely steamed.
Look, I just thought it was a cool name, okay? Applejack, I worked really hard on this, you know?
All right, already. Don't get yourself worked up. I'm starved anyway. Let's eat. They each scooped up a burger and a handful of fries. Applejack's suspicions grew tenfold the instant she took a bite. Say, Dash, these burgers, steamed hams, taste a heck of a lot like the ones down at Big T.
Excuse me, Applejack, but these are patented Dash burgers. Patent pending. They're made by me, which makes them automatically cooler than a regular burger. That is so Dash.
How much cooler? Wait, was that?
That is so Dash.
What do you think Dash is like in the Cool universe?
Oh man, cool Rainbow Dash is so much cooler, which is almost impossible, but it is possible.
What do they change? They gave her a cigarette. Remember, kids, smoking is cool.
It's cool as hell. Fun fact, Cool as Hell is actually a reference to Dante's Inferno, because as you all know, in Dante's Inferno, the 9th level of hell, it's entirely frozen. And that's where the devil and Judas reside and stuff like that.
Yeah, wasn't it specifically people who are betraying, who have betrayed someone else?
Yep, it's for traitors, like Judas
Man,
and the devil.
the
Satan.
worst thing you can do. How much cooler? What percentage?
Oh, also, I just made that up. Like, not the Dante's Inferno thing, but the Cool as Hell thing being associated with that. Complete, utter nonsense that I just said.
I assume that was just because of the association there that you were making that, but
Okay, good. I just have to make sure that everybody knows, just so that they're all aware.
it makes sense. I mean, hell froze over, so
Yeah?
a lot of different things are going to happen. Anyway,
Did you say what percentage? I know you said the
yeah.
line before that.
I don't know. When did this become a math test all of a sudden?
When did steamed hams become Dash burgers?
It's market research, trying to see which name the consumer responds best to, you know?
It's like the dolphin code name for the GameCube.
Oh, yeah.
Applejack just sighed and kept eating. After finishing her burger, Rainbow Dash stood up, excused herself, and bolted back into the kitchen, again shutting the door.
Oh man. She knows. She totally knows. I couldn't be more transparent if I tried. I gotta make something for real.
I love how the Seymour voice sounds more confident, and that one just sounds like she completely broke in her mind.
Yeah.
She looked around. She still had a few of the vegetables left over. Maybe she could saute them? She quickly pulled up a recipe on her phone and then, tossing caution to the wind, prepared it at top speed, resulting in some fairly inelegant vegetable cutting, with the knife and a close call with her thumb. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, they have thumbs. They just have 4 fingers, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, what? Hold on.
You know the cartoons.
Yeah, but not this cartoon.
It's not Equestria Girls?
This is Equestria Girls.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They have 5 fingers in this one?
Yep.
Dang, I love when they actually add the 5th finger.
I
Shows
know,
that they can
right?
draw hands better. She tossed everything onto the skillet and twisted the knob all the way up to high, then rushed back to the table. Applejack looked up to see Rainbow Dash striding back to the table with a smug expression. Got anything else steaming up in the kitchen there, Dash?
As a matter of fact, I do.
She said as she took her seat and another handful of fries.
Ow.
That's funny. I figured you'd be trying to duck out by now.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing. Applejack trailed off as she noticed an odd orange glow emanating from underneath the kitchen door, and on the sides of the kitchen door, and above the kitchen door. Dash, what is that?
What's what?
Look at the kitchen door, Dash. Rainbow Dash turned her head around and saw the glow.
What's that? That's the,
She turned back to face Applejack, who was now glaring holes into her skull.
It's an Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis.
Yep.
In Canterlot.
Yep.
In spring.
Yep.
In your kitchen.
Yes. Are there any further clarifications you need?
Show it to me.
What?
Applejack's expression and tone were unchanged. I've always wanted to see the Northern Lights, Rainbow Dash. I'd certainly appreciate it if you let me take a gander.
Speaking of a gander, you all should gander a look at this story before you listen to us read.
That was so smooth.
I know, right? Speaking of smooth, I should have smoothly told you all that before we read this fan fiction. So if you could at least go give it a like on fanfiction.net.
Yeah, this will actually stop playing until you read it.
Link
And now
in
that
the
you're invested,
description.
you have to. Rainbow Dash stood up.
Well, I'd love to, but I really think this is something I should probably go hand.
And suddenly she was cut off by the loud blare of the smoke alarm, and just as suddenly both girls were thoroughly drenched by the sprinkler system. The meal was over. The conversation wasn't.
And that ends chapter 2.
She has a freaking sprinkler system in her house? Is Dash rich in the Equestria Girls universe?
No.
I've never seen a home with a sprinkler system.
Well, you just haven't been to Canada.
I feel like those things are unrelated.
Which is where I assume this takes place.
Wait, what?
It's a Canadian show.
You're wrong. This takes place in Canterlot. They just told me.
Yeah, Canterlot is a huge city in Canada.
Aha! You said city, not province. That's how I know it doesn't really.
I'm American. I'm gonna say city.
I know. Is city? I know they have provinces instead of states, right? Do they still have cities?
I assume
God,
so.
I don't know enough about Canada.
Does Canada have cities? And just so everybody knows, I know they do.
You're just looking it up to comfort dumb old Wizzy.
Over 7,986 cities and towns from all provinces and territories in Canada.
God, imagine being that big of a country and still having that little of a population.
I know. Anyways, the point is, yes, of course they have cities.
I mean, do they have land? Or are they a fish species?
Well, now that's a good question. That I do not know. I assume based off of the colors of all the the Equestria Girls characters that they are very colorful. So it's probably something to do with fish. Fish are pretty colorful. Seen
You're
the
right.
clownfish? Wild stuff.
Ever seen the rainbow fish?
Well, that's too perfect.
Chapter 3. Dash, you're an odd fella. So, would you mind explaining what the heck that was all about? Applejack was standing on the porch, steps next to a dejected Wait.
On the porch step.
Oh, I see, porch steps. That's what I read. Oh, God. Applejack was standing on the porch steps next to a dejected Rainbow Dash, who was seated in a fetal position with her face buried deep in her legs as the last of the fire department left. Apparently, the skillet Rainbow Dash had hastily tossed onto the stovetop had eventually toppled over, after its contents had caught fire and wound up igniting one of the kitchen rugs. Aside from the rug, there wasn't any serious fire or water damage, though a lot of the furniture would take some time to dry.
Can we just not?
Rainbow Dash mumbled.
I'm already in for the lecture of a lifetime. I'll be lucky if I only get grounded for a month. I don't really want to do this with you two.
Dash, I ain't here to yell at you. I just want to know what happened.
I don't know. I don't. It was so dumb. Everything about it was just so dumb. And I don't know why I did any of it. It was a terrible idea, and I don't know.
Man, she sounds like me at the end of the day.
I know, right?
Dash, how often have you cooked before?
Gulp.
Oh god, that's right, I have to friggin... Rainbow Dash swallowed.
Almost never. Definitely never for any of the things I tried to make today.
And that's where you and Rainbow Dash's similarities end.
Wait, does Applejack do a lot of cooking?
Yeah, Applejack cooks all the time.
Man, I never made steamed clams. Never? Not even as practice for today?
Did it seem like I practiced?
I guess not. Didn't it seem a little much for your first try with most of this stuff?
Yeah, probably, but it's not like that feeling's ever stopped me before. I just really wanted to feel like I was doing something impressive.
What do you mean? Sounds like Jar Jar Binks or something.
Beautiful.
Dash looked away and sighed.
You know me, I just can't do things by half. I needed this to be as awesome as it could be, and I really wanted to show that I could do something like this.
Something like cooking? Applejack asked quizzically.
I mean, all of you can cook, right? Pinky's like an amazing baker. You're a really good cook. Twilight had that whole cooking with science kick.
She stopped to breathe, then went on.
Fluttershy cooks, and I don't really know about Rarity, really, but Sunset, well, she's a waitress and lives alone. She's gotta cook at least some, right? She's a waitress at a sushi shop, by the way. There's a fun fact.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Sunset's sushi shop?
well, she's employed there. It's not hers.
Okay, but if you say it that way, then it's a tongue twister.
Sunset Sushi Shop. Her name is a tongue twister already. So, Sunset Shimmer's Sushi Shop.
There you go. Oh, that's so good. Applejack chuckled. I ain't confident Rares has even heated a meal on her own, frankly. She's got a lot of strengths, but cooking ain't one of them. And, well, you're probably right about Sunset. But the only time she's ever asked me about anything food-related, it got pretty darn ridiculous.
Oh?
Applejack could see a hint of Rainbow Dash's mischievous grin creeping back onto her face as she heard this and looked back over.
Do tell.
Nah, I can't. I promised. Applejack could feel the strength of the promise buckling under Rainbow's desperate need for cheering up. It took a little for her to give in. All right, but you can't ever let her know I told you. Otherwise, you'll probably never find my body.
Aw, come on.
Dash!
All right. Whatever, just spill it already.
I'm gonna regret this. Well, she asked for my help. This is the first time that I've ever seen a story have two different people have, like, thinking portions like that. Normally when it's only told from one person's perspective, then it'll only give them their inner monologue.
I've probably seen it before, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it just stood out to me this time. Well, she asked for my help in making a food item from her pony planet that she hadn't been able to find over here. It turns out that, even talking horses eat hay.
Wait,
Oh my god.
what?
And she wanted my help trying to figure out a way to make hay burgers in our world. Ooh! Hey, do not judge her.
She could just...
Horses like hay. It's just a thing. Get over it.
Yeah.
She watched Rainbow start to choke back laughter as she went on. Yeah, I know. We didn't have any shortage of hay on the farm, so I was happy to give her some and give her whatever advice she needed. But, yeah.
So, how were they?
Rainbow asked with a cocky smile. Like heck if I'd ever eat it. I told her right from the start I'd rather lick the inside of a toilet bowl than eat anything she made with that stuff.
Gross.
Specifically because she made it, not because it was gross. Sorry, I'm attacking Applejack in this fic to defend Sunset, which is unusual.
It's a
but
respectful...
I just get really passionate when people start criticizing food.
I get really passionate when people start criticizing Sunset Shimmer. Or Rainbow Dash.
You remember the meme with the two guys holding, the two, like, buff arms holding hands, and it says, like, blank, blank, and then what they agree on in the middle?
Yeah.
That's gonna be us with defending Sunset here.
Except one's a real buff arm and the other is Wizzy's arm.
I'm gonna call you names.
Wow, way to be rude. Your dog seems to think that you're pretty rude too.
No, she's barking at you for insulting me.
I speak dog, actually, so...
Actually,
think
I
I
speak
know
a bit
what
of
she's-
wolf lingo, so I know, more.
Everybody knows that wolf lingo and dog are like Mandarin Chinese and English.
Really popular and spoken all over the world.
Completely different to each other.
Not completely. There's definitely some bleed in there.
Well, anyways.
That was so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, Dash snorted.
So, how did she like them?
Now it was Applejack's turn to grin. How exactly would you imagine anyone in a human body would react to eating hay? The mental image nearly made Rainbow Dash keel over as she couldn't contain her laughter anymore. After a moment, Applejack started laughing too, both from the memory and from her friend's contagious joy. So, Applejack said once she managed to get some composure back, I think what I'm saying is that this ain't the dumbest cooking idea I've ever seen. Oh!
Yeah, no, that...
She's not here to defend herself, man. Come on.
That's pretty rude. I'm gonna kill Applejack.
Whoa, only Equestria Girls version.
Yeah. I'm gonna push her off a cliff into a bit of piranhas with guns.
Dash stopped to laugh a little more.
Ha, 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 ha. That was good. That was hilarious.
But I guess my question is, well, why do you care? Why is cooking such a big deal all of a sudden? This can't just be about us 7, right? Are you trying to learn for college or something? Wait, nah, you said this was about being impressive, right? So who are you trying to impress?
Ooh, ooh.
Is it gonna be Apple Dash?
I don't ship it in the Equestria Girls universe.
Whoa! Just because you don't like gay humans?
You know for a fact, that I ship Sunset Shimmer and Twilight Sparkle.
Okay, I was just trying to find the tie between this and you hating me.
Quizzy, I didn't know you were gay.
That part was just collateral to the hating.
Wow. I suppose I'll have to put my love of gay people aside so that I can focus on my hatred for you.
Man, I thought that you were going to give me a break.
No. Wizzy. No.
Sad.
How do you think Sunset Shimmer would do in Roller Coaster Tycoon? So said in Rainbow. But no, serious question.
She'd make a bunch of kiddie rides.
I could see that, yeah.
She's not a gamer, so, she probably wouldn't play that much.
Oh, look over there.
Where?
And then place the sound, the running sound effect that Wizzy did earlier, right there.
Oh, that'd be perfect here. If you don't want to name names, fine. But why do you need to cook to impress them? You're Rainbow Dash. You're the star athlete of the school. You've got a power gem. You've been in movies. You're in a band. You fought evil magic. Who wouldn't be impressed by you?
The absolute privilege that these girls have. When you put it like that.
She's like, don't have enough yet. But to be fair, only enough would ever be once she has Applejack.
Aw, I don't ship it. EQG Rarajack for life.
I'd have to watch the show to truly say, but I can't ship it yet.
Then how can you possibly ship Apple Dash?
Because
Monster.
It's
Hypocrite.
canon. Sorcerer. Vagabond. I can name names too.
Someone who already has most of those same qualities might.
It's one of us? Not me, right?
Don't flatter yourself.
Woo!
Boo.
Thank heavens. Maybe she has a thing for Sunset.
Don't flatter yourself. Besides, it's not like I don't know you have a thing for...
She's gonna say rarity, isn't she?
Yeah. Rarajack.
I was
Supremacy.
trying to think. Okay, there's
and
two R names in the group. Who could it be? It's Rainbow Dash, isn't it?
I mean, it would be kind of weird. Don't flatter yourself. Besides, it's not like I don't know you have a thing for Rainbow Dash.
That's why she's cutting herself off, because she's like, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm Rainbow Dash."
No,
That's what's happening.
she just
here.
thinks it's stupid if she talks in the third person, which it isn't. Ross would know.
Wizzy died in a car crash 4 years ago. I haven't been Wizzy, okay?
Yikes. Well, technically my real name isn't even Ross, so that's fine. It's whatever.
Whoa! This is like the big lore episode where people learn the secrets.
It's like those episodes of Steven Universe where it just sounds like it's going to be a cute, fun episode, and then you get hit with several things that you didn't know before, and now you're depressed.
Rose's scabbard?
That one, yes, that's a perfect example.
On the run?
That one, too. That actually is probably the best example.
In an instant, a hand seized Rainbow's mouth as Applejack looked her dead in the eyes, a dark expression on her face. You ain't the only one here with a power gem, Rainbow Dash, she said as she picked up a rock and crushed it into powder. Best not forget that.
Right.
Dash said nervously once her lips were released.
Anywho, it's one of us.
It's Fluttershy, isn't it?
Hey, no fair. How do you get to make casual threats when I tried to guess?
Conversation wasn't about me. Now was it? Applejack smirked. Rainbow growled.
Grrr. Fine, whatever. Yes, it's Fluttershy. I've been meaning to ask all year, but she's so smart and clever, and you just know she's gonna be, like, filthy stinkin' rich soon.
Wait, why?
She's already filthy stinkin' rich.
Oh, that kind of makes sense. She's like the sheltered, shy, rich kid.
She's like Shaggy in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated.
Oh my god. Wait, he was rich in that as well?
I believe so.
Oh. There were like multiple things where he was rich then.
Oh, are there?
I think a pup named Scooby-Doo, he was also rich.
That might make
but
sense.
I could be misremembering.
Anyways, no, I don't think Fluttershy has ever been actually shown to be rich in Equestria Girls. But I like to
really?
think that she is.
Aww. That would have been so cool.
She'll be a vet who can talk to animals, who's not gonna want her services. She's gonna be this famous celebrity vet who's always working all the time. And if we're together, I wanna be someone who can do stuff for her, who can take care of her, and she can take care of herself, actually. So why don't you take your...
She knows that. She wasn't trying to say otherwise. She just wants to not have to take care of herself, you know?
I think you're just making excuses for this toxic mindset.
You're true. You're true. You're right. This is very akin to abuse. Not even in the relationship, and she's already talking about basically just pushing her down to the stairs.
Me, on the other hand, I do need someone who can take care of me. So, Rainbow Dash, if you're out there...
Imagine someone actually, like, uploading a dating video like that. One of those, video... What do you call that?
I don't know.
Video dating? One of those video dating ads. That would easily end up in a cringe compilation.
Oh, yeah, totally. Who can take care of her and can take care of myself. I don't want to have to ever ask her to be doing stuff for me on top of everything she'll be doing, you know? The least I should be able to do is cook my own food.
Applejack took a moment to process that. Wow, for someone as impulsive as you really think pretty far ahead when it comes to relationships. Especially since you haven't even asked her out yet.
Hey, I'm working on that part.
Well, I'll help ya. No sweat. Applejack laid a hand on Rainbow Dash's back. But don't get so worked up over these things, Dash. If learning to cook's that important to you, I can help with that too. And I'm sure Pinkie Pie and any of the rest of us would do the same. But don't let little things like that keep you from doing what you want. Don't be so nervous. Fluttershy likes you for who you are, and I'm sure she'll remember that when you ask her.
Fine, but you have to ask you-know-who, too.
Sick fucking rhymes. There was the swear word.
The one swear per episode.
I was actually just thinking, man, I'm pretty proud of myself when I was literally reading that last line there. It's like, man, I'm proud of myself that I haven't been swearing this episode. You know who, too. Oh, hell yeah. F-word, baby.
Imagine one of these episodes, you're like, oh my god, I'm going to make it through an entire episode without swearing, and then your character has a line where they swear.
Oh, that is so fade.
It better happen.
Also, if I did swear any other time in this episode, cut it out.
Hey, that's differ. Applejack blushed. Aw, shoot. Fine. You've got yourself a deal.
Ha, it is her. I was bluffing, but I knew it.
Yeah.
Detective Rainbow Dash strikes again.
Does she become a detective?
No, but she becomes an assistant to Rarity, who does become a detective, in her mind. Rarity doesn't become a detective. Not legally speaking.
Yeah, it's just one of those episodes.
She solves a mystery.
Aha. With no help from Daring Do.
Well, Daring Do doesn't solve mysteries. Yes, technically
What?
you are right with that.
She solves mysteries.
She solves mysteries-ish.
She's like Indiana Jones, right?
Indiana Jones is Sherlock Holmes.
Not Shirley. He's not an investigator, but he's like solving mysteries. He's investigating stuff.
Technically,
He has the ability.
You know the type of mysteries I'm talking about.
I know, but she would have the ability to help her out on that. Let's face it.
Sure, but
Like,
why
she would be a
would
better
she?
detective
It's not her
than-
job.
Her job is to be a good friend to the ponies.
No, her job is her job is to steal shit from civilized.
Whoa. Second swear.
Damn it. Third swear, technically.
Okay. Rainbow stood up and cheered. Now it was Applejack's turn to assume the fetal position out of sheer embarrassment. Eventually, Rainbow Dash sat back down, still laughing a bit.
Well, might be a while before I can take you up on any cooking offers. I doubt I'll be allowed anywhere near the kitchen anytime soon.
Well, if it helps, I'll stay here and try to explain things to your folks with you.
Thanks.
And for what it's worth, I thought you steamed a pretty good ham in there.
Shut up.
Rainbow shouted as she punched her friend in the arm. They both descended into giggles.
If Applejack was the one who said shut up and punched the arm would come off.
Ooh! Is she that strong?
She's really strong.
What about, like, Big Mac? Is he stronger?
No, because Applejack has the magic.
Oh.
Otherwise, I assume Big Mac would be stronger.
Yeah, just because he's a guy.
At least in this universe.
So, was that the final chapter?
Nope, there's one more. We still haven't gotten Sunset Shimmer.
Oh, right! Oh, I forgot about the final scene of steamed hams. Chapter 4. Help!
Epilogue. Help.
Oh, thank you. So, you're only grounded for a week?
Yeah, and my parents canceled my allowance to cover the damage. But it was only going to last through the end of the school year anyway. I'm, really glad you stuck up for me.
Any time, Dash, Applejack said as she and Rainbow Dash walked up the front steps to Canterlot High on a warm Monday morning. So, what's your plan for asking out Fluttershy?
Hey, not so loud.
Dash hissed. They darted into an empty corner just outside the school doors.
I mean, like I said, I'm grounded for a week, so, that gives me a week to figure out something really cool, right?
Applejack chuckled. Everything that happened yesterday, and you're still going the go big or go home route with this?
Well, obviously, just maybe with a few less fire-startable materials.
You mean inflammable?
No, flammable.
Oh, you're right. My mistake. And then the story ends. Never mind. They mean the same thing, Dash.
This is
Dash was
stupid if it's true. And I don't know if it's true because
It
is true. What the
Yeah.
hell? This is dumb. You are dumb, English language. I'm gonna kill the person who made that a thing. Mr.
Someone
Inflammable.
got me with that when I was like 12 before, so that's when I learned.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
Dash was still trying to process this information when a familiar voice called out to them.
Hey, Applejack! Rainbow Dash! Where's everybody else?
Ho, ho, ho! Santa's come to town, children.
Oh my gosh, I want a fan fiction where Sunset Shimmer becomes Santa Claus. Sort of like the
Oh.
Santa Claus style, you know? With Tim Allen.
That would happen to Sunset. She's so perfect.
She is. She would make the best Santa Claus.
Well, except for Santa, of course.
Well, obviously.
The two of them turned and saw the friendly visage of Sunset Shimmer reaching the top of the steps and striding towards them.
Do you know that my uncle actually does know Santa? I got to meet him once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Dude.
He's a great guy.
I've tried to meet him when he gets in my house.
Yeah, no, that you're not gonna meet him that way. He gave me a few secrets. I can't spill them, obviously, but yeah, he gave me a few secrets on how he avoids getting detected.
Man.
Let me tell you, you're never gonna figure it out.
Did you ever actually stay up for Santa when you were a kid?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, no, my parents told me, and this is a lie, as I've learned from meeting Santa, but my parents told me that if you stay up, he doesn't come.
What?
Yeah.
You know, that sounds like a parent thing. Oh, hey, Sunset. Applejack responded. Haven't run into anyone else yet. They must be inside already.
I think Twilight's running late. She should be here soon. I heard about what happened yesterday. Everything all right?
Dash's folks handled it a little better than expected.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, Dash.
Applejack glanced over and noticed an oddly evil smirk on Rainbow Dash's face as she spoke.
Oh, my heart.
Oh, God.
Oh, hey, Sunset. Hey. Everything okay? Nothing to worry about. Just maybe thinking about hitting the hay, or maybe a burger.
You can't do that. That's so messed up.
Hitting the hay or maybe a burger. Good stuff.
Applejack's blood ran cold. Dash, you filthy traitor! What bonehead decided you were the avatar of loyalty?
A good
Sunset.
bonehead.
Yeah, someone like Marowak. The best bonehead. Sunset cocked her head.
Already? What do you mean?
I just mean I'm feeling hungry as a horse right about now.
And to seal the deal, Dash winked.
Ding!
Rainbow! Applejack growled desperately, but it was too late. The gears in Sunset's head were turning.
Rainbow Dash, what are you talking about?
You know, actually, that's good. That's good of Rainbow Dash. She should be informing Sunset that Applejack isn't very trustworthy.
Yeah. It is difficult when your friend is the literal embodiment of honesty.
True. Applejack could see the light bulb go off inside Sunset as her eyes widened, then narrowed drastically. Within an instant, Sunset's warm, open demeanor was gone, replaced
took out
with
a
the
knife.
cold glare of a feral blood. Oh no! Sunset, what are you going to do?
What I should have done a long time ago.
She killed Applejack, replaced with the cold glare of a feral, bloodthirsty predator. A predator who is now staring directly at Applejack. Beads of sweat were running down her forehead as Applejack gulped. She glanced at Rainbow, who seemed to be realizing the gravity of her error in judgment. And then she heard a guttural rasp issue from Sunset Shimmer's throat as flames licked the edge of her face.
Oh, a guttural rasp from Sunset Shimmer's throat? Doesn't sound at all like Sunset.
You little sneak. You promised.
Now, hold on a minute there, Sunset. You don't understand.
Oh, don't I? Maybe you should come and let me read your mind.
I'm just picturing her with that voice, with her, hands pressed to her head as if she's doing that, psychic, hand sign, you know?
It's not how it works. She has to touch them.
Oh, I didn't know that about her powers, actually.
Yeah. It's a fun fact for you.
Just then, Twilight Sparkle appeared from behind Sunset and seized her by the arms, shouting, "Happy thoughts, Sunset! Happy thoughts!" She looked at Rainbow and Applejack and hissed, "Run!" As Sunset reared back and tried to shake the bespectacled bookworm off of her, Rainbow Dash grabbed Applejack by the wrist and yanked her into the distance, leaving dust hanging in the air and creating a mild sonic boom. Sonic rain boom.
Oh my gosh.
Sunset finally managed to rest herself. Rest? I've never actually read that word. I bet it's related to the word wrestle.
Oh, or wrestle is related to that word.
That would mean that that's also related to wrestle, though, so both are correct.
Yeah, I'm so smart.
Sunset finally managed to wrest herself free of Twilight, then turned to the horizon.
You can't hide forever.
She bellowed.
You're out there somewhere, Applejack, and I'll find you.
That was such a good voice for Sunset.
I know.
Somewhere far in the distance, Rainbow Dash replied.
No, you won't. Yes, I will! Won't.
And that concludes Rainbow Dash's Unforgettable Luncheon.
Although from the author, she'll forgive him by the end of the day. At least Dash and AJ know where they can hide out and get some burgers.
That was louder than I intended. That was one of the best random fics we've read in a while.
That was a pretty good one. But I mean, we haven't read a lot in a while.
Yeah. You know, it's like the best random fic we've read in like 2 years.
Yep. Now,
Although, if the tag crossover is really fitting, I'm not sure.
this guy was all like, freaking Celestia Code and Celestia Code should have a crossover tag because it's so similar to. I don't know if you actually said that, but you were like,
I don't remember
it's
saying
technically a crossover.
Well, that sounds like something I would say, but mainly just to play devil's advocate, because we all love doing that.
Ugh, the devil. Anyways, unfortunately, this fanfiction has the nasty little side effect of being compared to the episode 22 short films about Springfield, which is one of the greatest episodes of The Simpsons out there.
Oh, is that where that's from? The Steamed Hams?
Yep.
I always wondered why that was in Simpsons like that. I never saw the episode.
And it's also one of the funniest parts of the episode. So, yeah. Does this hold up? It holds its own, at least. It will get knocked out in the third round, but it's still a pretty funny fan fiction, nevertheless.
Yeah, I think they made it actually sound like an episode of Equestria Girls while still making it all just a reference to Steamed Hams.
Yeah.
Bravo.
And the author, they clearly knew that they couldn't, make the characters act like how the skit goes in Simpsons because, that's so specific, to the characters for this specific joke to happen like that. Everything seems like it's gonna go wrong, but it doesn't. It all goes right. And in here, everything does go wrong for our dear Rainbow Dash. Well, I guess in the end it goes right.
I was gonna say, it ends up right.
But the joke...
Just like in Steamed Hams.
The joke is completely different, but it makes it work. And I wasn't thinking the entire time, this isn't like Steamed Hams at all.
From the end of the last chapter, I forgot that it was Steamed Hams completely, and then when we got to the epilogue, I was like, oh, help! Yeah, because of the scene in freaking Steamed Hams. Although I am upset that they didn't have someone representing the mom character in Steamed Hams shouting, help, there's a fire.
Yeah. It does remove itself a lot from the original like that.
Just have Principal Celestia jump out of the school at the end saying, help, Twilight, the kitchen's on fire.
No, Celestia, that's just the Northern Lights. But yeah, fantastic job.
Thumbs up from me.
I already gave it a thumbs up for the name alone.
All right. You think we're wrapped up?
Yeah, unless you have anything else to say more about it.
I was queer baited. I was told that Applejack and Rainbow Dash would get together by context, and they did not end up together.
I mean, is it queer baiting, though? Rainbow Dash clearly says that she has a thing for Fluttershy.
I know. But I was queer baited into believing there would be a different queer relationship. I can call that queer baiting, right? There's not going to be anyone who's confused.
I don't know about that, but okay. We'll say sure. Sure, buddy, sure.
I'm going to search the term queer bait in there. Look for a good comedy story doing that.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Get ready for next 2 weeks on Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour, where we read a story with queer baiting all over it.
Applejack queer baits Rainbow Dash.
Or we won't if we don't see one that we like. You can say it. It's okay.
Bye!
It's market research, trying to see which name the consumer responds best to, you know?
It's like the dolphin code name for the GameCube.
Oh, yeah. But what if they had just called it the Dolphin? I would have
That
still
would've been
bought it.
great. True. But, I mean, then you would have known what they were working on that entire time. Like, they could have used GameCube as a code name and named it Dolphin.
Oh, true.
Only in cool
What if
world,
the
though.
GameCube was shaped like a dolphin?
Yo.
Wizzy, I've got a proposition.
Dolphin-shaped game console?
Uh-huh. We'll call it the Orca.
You know, they're not really that dolphin-y, you know?
That's what makes it great.
You're a genius.
That's why the swan and dolphin at Disney World, the fish isn't a dolphin.
It's not?
It's a whole thing. I'll show you pictures of it later.
Okay.
In fact, let me get those pictures right now so that I remember to show you.